Have you ever thought that a single wrong choice could turn a predator into a victim? In nature, snakes usually strike with absolute confidence. But there are moments when the opponent they choose lies far beyond their calculations. In just a few short seconds, the balance between life and death can reverse in a way that sends chills down the viewer's spine. Terrifying moments when snakes choose the wrong opponent, where the price paid is sometimes greater than everything. Watch now. Water snake versus purple heron. Along the shallow water's edge, a purple heron and a water snake are competing over a small frog they both struggled to catch. Both pull in opposite directions, the surface rippling with the frog's final desperate thrashes. Simply by maintaining its grip long enough. When the heron slightly lifts its head to adjust its stance, a lapse lasting less than a single breath, the snake instantly retreats backward, dragging the frog into the riverside grass. But the hunt is not over. The purple heron is an exceptionally keen observer, its elevated eyes allowing it to precisely remember the retreat path of the food thief. By eliminating the snake, the heron removes a food competitor from its hunting territory. At this moment, the snake is not just an enemy, but itself becomes a protein-rich meal, far more valuable than the frog it first fought over. Turtle versus water snake. A rare scene where the predator seems completely uninterested in its prey. Many people mistakenly believe turtles are harmless, but aquatic turtles are formidable carnivores. The snake appears almost resigned in this situation. Snakes are ectothermic animals. If the water is too cold, or the snake is already exhausted from a previous struggle, it may lack the energy to resist strongly. And with a turtle's thick, hard shell, the moment the snake attempts to turn back, the turtle will immediately retract its head into the shell, rendering most attacks nearly futile. In aquatic environments, turtles act as scavengers. If a snake is injured or weakened, it can instantly become an easy target for a turtle. Grass snake versus frog. In shallow wetlands, frogs are not just food, but strategic prey and a primary nutritional source for grass snakes, making up 60 to 90% of their diet. They begin their day with hunts like this. But catching them is far from easy. Grass snakes are non-venomous and lack constricting ability like pythons. Therefore, frogs are prey that can be swallowed alive. Hunting is always difficult for grass snakes, and many times they chase prey all day without any success. They constantly flick their tongues to taste chemical particles in the air and water, helping pinpoint the prey's exact location. A snake's brain filters out static images to prioritize detecting vibrations or movement. And this frog knew that it stood completely still without the slightest motion. This frog was extremely lucky to escape its predator at the very threshold of death. Cobra versus chicken. Two cobras slither low across the ground, stopping in front of an exposed chicken nest. The scent of fresh eggs is strong enough to draw them out of hiding. One raises its head high and lunges straight toward the mother hen sitting over the eggs. That is the only exposed weakness. But the mother hen does not abandon the nest. She fights with everything she has to protect her chicks. Chicken eggs are a highly concentrated source of protein and fat. Cobras frequently raid farms because eggs cannot run away, and the scent of a nest strongly stimulates a snake's sense of smell from afar. For chickens, a snake's strike is not excessively fast. They can see the trajectory of the snake's lunge and only need a slight tilt of the head to dodge it. In terms of reaction speed, chickens can be 2 to 3 times faster than a snake's strike. That is why you often see chickens evade a snake's attack in an instant and immediately counterattack the opponent's head. Maintaining a hooded posture and continuous attacks is extremely energy-consuming. If a snake realizes the prey is too aggressive and difficult to subdue quickly, it will choose to leave and seek an easier target. In nature, there are cases where mother hens have truly pecked snakes to death to protect their chicks. This proves that the strong do not always win. The one willing to risk everything to protect what is most precious may become the victor. Kookaburra versus python. A kookaburra lands on open ground with a live python writhing in its beak. The behavior of kookaburras when catching pythons or snakes is one of the most iconic and striking scenes in Australian wildlife. This bird is nicknamed the smiling killer because its call sounds like human laughter, yet its hunting method is extremely brutal.
Look at its belly now.
This is not play, but a necessary survival hunting technique. Kookaburras usually grip the python by the neck or body and repeatedly slam it against a hard surface to break bones and crush muscles. Pythons and snakes have very flexible spinal columns. Striking them forcefully breaks vertebrae, completely paralyzing the prey and preventing it from coiling or constricting the bird when swallowed. Kookaburras do not have teeth to chew. They swallow prey whole. Smashing the skeletal structure makes the python soft like a rope, allowing it to slide down the esophagus more easily. This also ensures the python can no longer resist or damage the bird's internal organs after entering the stomach. Red-tailed pit viper versus centipede. The following confrontation between a centipede and a red-tailed pit viper is one of the clearest demonstrations that in nature, predator and prey can switch roles at any moment. Two cold bodies coil together in a moment too close for retreat, and the centipede injects a sufficient amount of venom into its opponent. Then the centipede releases its grip. It withdraws slowly, almost calmly, leaving the snake writhing. They possess venomous forcipules just below the head. When coiling around a snake, centipedes do not bite just once, but can embed these forcipules at multiple points along the snake's body. injecting large amounts of neurotoxin directly into the nervous system. Centipede venom contains compounds that disrupt heart rhythm and cause rapid muscle paralysis for both warm and cold-blooded animals. Centipede venom causes excruciating pain, even more intense than the bite of many snakes. In nature, there are those who know they have already won from the very beginning of the battle. Gray-headed Bushshrike versus boomslang. The encounter between a gray-headed Bushshrike and a boomslang is one of the most dramatic scenes on the African savannas.
In the eyes.
This is not merely a hunt, but a clash between an aerial assassin and one of the most venomous snakes in the world.
Yeah, snake's kind of
The Bushshrike does not have powerful talons like an eagle, but it possesses an extremely hard beak with a sharp hooked tip.
It's coming for the tail.
When attacking a boomslang, it concentrates all its force into lightning-fast pecks aimed at the back of the neck or the head. Despite its terrifying venom, the boomslang is a very gentle and shy snake. Its natural response to danger is to flee or camouflage rather than fight.
And that's the bird's orange-breasted scrub robin.
The bird's goal is to damage the central nervous system or break the cervical spine instantly, neutralizing any chance of counterattack. Even with high skill, this remains a dangerous gamble. A single accurate bite from the boomslang would kill the bird within minutes. However, the Bushshrike's reaction speed is usually superior, allowing it to maintain its status as a formidable assassin in the avian kingdom.
It's also called the air hostess bird because it's got a coin.
In this confrontation, speed and attack angle decided everything before venom ever had a chance to speak. Huron weasel versus rattlesnake. The Huron weasel moves low and fast, constantly positioning itself behind the rattlesnake's tail. It does not attack immediately. The staggered advances are meant only to force the snake to turn its body, but the rattlesnake does not react. After a while, the snake decides to slither away. However, this is exactly the opportunity for its opponent. The weasel follows, harassing the snake bit by bit. It believes it is fast enough to avoid being bitten. In nature, the best defense is offense, and the Huron weasel applies this perfectly. The weasel always attacks in quick bursts and withdraws, effectively reading the snake's reactions. It learns how the rattlesnake defends itself to find the moment when the snake is most fatigued or inattentive before delivering the decisive blow. And the snake has grown weaker. The truly decisive attacks are unleashed. The Huron weasel has extremely strong jaws and sharp canines designed to pierce thick skin and crush skulls, and it repeatedly exploits this advantage against the prey's head. And today's prize may keep it full for several days to come. The images you have just seen show that in the wild, instinct does not always guarantee safety. Snakes may possess venom and frightening reflexes, but when they misjudge their opponent, the consequences arrive swiftly and brutally. Victory and defeat can sometimes be separated by a single decision in a fleeting moment. If you felt the tension and haunting intensity of these confrontations, press like, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to continue exploring the most authentic survival moments of nature. Thank you for watching until the end. See you again on the next journey.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao.